Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Guitars and Gear podcast, the podcast where we explore the world of guitars, gear, and artists from a player's perspective, as well as a good bit of off-topic rambling. Good morning. Early morning. This is 5:37 a.m. on the East Coast. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning.
Off camera, Janae, as usual. She does not want to show her tired self on camera.
Nope.
But we are here. We're doing it. Yeah, we got some news articles today to go over. We've got some other random news. Janae, do you have any?
I haven't got a thing.
I'm
still waking up.
Anyway, we'll start off. How was your week, Janae?
It was good, I think. Yeah.
You think? What was bad? Or what was the highlight of the week? Let's put it that way.
The highlight of the week. Put me on the spot. I liked yesterday that we did the mulch on the flower bed.
That's right, we did.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, we did weeding and all sorts of fun stuff that has to do with weeds and
making the
our flower beds look
pretty.
Look good.
Nothing like our neighbors, obviously, but
no, our neighbors are still a little bit one-upping us, but we're getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting there. So, yeah. So it was fun. It was beautiful weather yesterday and pretty much
in the afternoon.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty good. Not bad. Yeah, we had a couple cold snaps this week, so it was really we planted our garden and we tried to cover stuff up, and so we lost a few plants. But we're doing I think we're doing all right.
We still have a grocery store to go to if we need it.
Kind of defeats the purpose of the garden. But this is our first year with the garden at this house. And we didn't really have it all set up. This is our first experiment. So we're trying to do our best. Our tomato plants look good though. Yeah. So
it's all that matters.
They're hardy. We need tomatoes. So so hopefully all this stuff is working good this morning. So you're welcome to chat. If you're up and you happen to be watching, you can do the live chat. And of course, this is our podcast as well. So this will be uploaded as soon as we're done. And you guys will be able to listen to this wherever you listen to podcasts. If you're just watching it now and just want to relive it again, I mean, this will be up on YouTube and then the podcast will be out there. Let me see. What did I do this week? Put out a new video on the Rev Generator 120 Mark III. So if you guys want to check that out, I kind of did like an overview and kind of the features of it and everything. Did a little bit of playing samples, which I got to admit was completely unrehearsed. And a lot of these YouTubers out there that do these videos and stuff, they practice and they get these whole song arrangements together as an intro, and they really sound awesome. And they practice and they do. Then I don't even know where the heck they find time to do all that, but some really talented people out there. Yeah, I'm probably not. I may do that eventually someday, but I'm not doing that. And my idea is, not to knock anybody because they do some awesome stuff. But I just kind of like to go in there without knowing what the heck I'm really going to do and just do stuff. Like the videos I do aren't scripted. They're not rehearsed.
Not perfect.
They're not
it's going to work great every time.
I just kind of have an idea of what I want to do, and I just start the camera going and start doing stuff, and hopefully it comes out coherent.
And if you discover something new, it's a pleasant surprise for everybody.
That's right. So a lot of times I go through stuff and I learn something new as I'm going, and I may be surprised. You may not see me surprised, but whatever. But another video, we did have some reader comments, or viewer comments, I should say, about the Quad Cortex, and I am going to answer those. I did hook up some expression pedals, so I'm going to have a video about that today, hopefully, and get that video out because it's pretty important. I think there's a couple expression pedals that I have, and I'm touching one now. I'm not touching anything else. I'm touching an expression pedal, honestly. I have two. I have a fractal one and I have a mission one that are not designed for this at all. And obviously the fractal one's designed for the it's this guy here, the EV one. You can see here, it's a big one. It's about as big as my foot, I think. And this one, and then I have another one here of the Mission one that I have, and the Mission one was designed for the Kemper. So I'm going to have a video on that and see how it works with the quad cortex. I'll keep y'all in suspense, but I did try them both, and I'll give you the results of what I found out. Anyway, that's an upcoming video. So yeah, and the Rev Generator 120 Mark III, it's a mouthful. I should just call it the Rev because that's all I have.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 2 notes torpedo kind of integration in there, I want to do a video on that because there's a lot to that. And I think that's the meat and potatoes of this thing. Although the tones you get without doing anything with that at all are awesome. My cabinet that I was playing through in that video, the Marshall, it's a cheapo Marshall cabinet. It's not like a 1968 whatever cabinet with great speakers or anything. It's generic. I think it was like $350 or something for that. So it wasn't, I mean, the workmanship of putting that thing together was probably worth $350 because it is sturdy.
Yes, it is.
But that's about, it's not a great Marshall cabinet anyway.
It's not top line.
No, but and the microphone, as I said, I think it was $15 or $20 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So nothing that I played through there in that signal chain was probably worth playing through for this Rev head that I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't do it justice, let's say. It should have been played through something a lot more quality than what I had or what I have. But I don't think a lot of people have that great of stuff either laying around. Maybe you guys do if you're paying $3,400 or $3,300, whatever, for
maybe
for an amp. Maybe you do. Anyway, long story short, I'm just an everyday guy who has a really expensive amp head and really nothing great to play it through. So it gives you an idea. So when I listened to it back, I was like, it sounds good, but I'm not doing it justice. So with the 2 notes integration in there, you might be able to get a little bit better idea of the sounds through different types of emulated cabinet sims. That was a long way to go to
that's okay.
say that, but okay. So without further ado, we're almost 10 minutes in. Should we get to news stuff?
Probably.
You have any news stuff?
No, just again, we didn't win the guitars that I know of. Nobody reached out and let us know. And I couldn't find who won.
Oh, really?
So
wasn't on there?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, and I wanted to bring up too. Well, we'll get to that. Let's do intro. Do you want to do the announcement?
Sure.
All right.
I would love to.
All right, here we go.
And this is the news.
Oh my god.
I don't have like the
That was terrible.
What am I supposed to do?
All right, I guess whatever it is.
There you go. You get what you get.
All right. Okay, so let's bring up our first news story if I can get this to work, right? We'll do this one because this is kind of cool. Well, it's not really cool, but here we go. So this is from Gear News, as you can see. So gearnews.com. Leak of the Friedman BE Mini 30-watt guitar head, which is meant to be like a solid-state travel amp. Retailing for $329.99. It was leaked by accident, it looks like, from a dealer site. Yeah. So it looks like a solid state head, British voiced preamp section. Let's see. So currently, the Friedman social media pages are saying something big is on the way, and it looks like Friedman dealer N Stuff Music. And I did go to their website, and they're out of Pittsburgh, I think.
I don't know.
And anyway, they leaked this, accidentally let the cat out of the bag this weekend. I did go to their website, and I can't find reference to it now, so I'm
they got
thinking maybe we're like, oh, gotta get that out of there. But yeah, it looks like a Friedman BE Mini 30-watt guitar head. So here's the details. So this was what was written on the dealer site, and you can kind of read that. Maybe you can't. It's pretty small.
It's pretty small.
So the BE Mini head, I'll just kind of paraphrase it. It's a 30-watt section and Dave Friedman's famous BE preamp circuit. The BE Mini has the same signature British voice harmonics, grind, and punch of the legendary BE amplifier's legendary high-gain tones. The BE Mini's compact size, lightweight, and included effects loop.
Ooh.
That's cool. I didn't catch that the first time I read through this real quick. Makes the BE Mini a killer companion, whether on stage, at home, or in the studio. Okay. It's loaded with player-friendly features, including gain level, 3-band EQ, presence, and a powerful cut and tight switches. Oh, that's kind of cool. On the back, you find a high-quality series effects loop, ideal for using time-based effects. There's a 24-volt universal voltage power supply. All right. What else do I want to say? All right, it's inspired by the Friedman BE 100 amplifier and the BE OD overdrive pedal. Let's see. Anything else? It has that Friedman BE look and style.
All right.
We'll get a close-up picture here in a minute. Compact travel and studio-friendly size, universal 24-volt power supply, weighs 4 pounds. It's 9.5 inches wide, 6.5 inches deep, and 5.5 inches high. So at $329 in the US, that's a pretty solid deal here. For a 30-watt. I mean, that's it should get pretty loud. I mean, loud enough. It's not gonna. You're not gonna be sitting this thing in front of. Oh wait, is this just a? Does it have a? Did I say it has a speaker in it? It's got to, right? I didn't see it anywhere on here. It has a 30-watt power section. Yeah, so I couldn't see. So here's a zoomed in look of it. But I can't see the back of it to see if it has
like the plug-in.
Like a cabinet plug-in or a speaker plug-in somewhere. Because it doesn't. No, there's no speaker in there because that's not a grill. You know what I mean?
It's just a flat.
It's just a flat Tolex kind of cover. So I don't think there's a speaker in here. So you're going to need to have a speaker cabinet or something to play it through.
Wow.
Which is interesting. So, yeah.
Well, that price doesn't sound as reasonable now.
It still kind of does because a Friedman, like a BE 100 is like, what is that? Like $4,000 or something.
Holy
it's
crap.
An expensive amp. The BE 50,
yeah,
the BE 50 is like $3,500 head. So the BE Mini, if what they say is true, I mean it's solid state, right? So it's not going to have the tube technology and all that stuff in there. So you're not going to get the same stuff out of it. But Friedman has made their pedals, preamp pedals, which sound pretty killer. And so this probably has that kind of built into it along with the power amp section. So think of it kind of like as a 30 watt power amp section with one of their pedals kind of in the front of it. You know, like one of their preamp pedals kind of all built into one package is what I'm thinking this probably is. So $329 looks a little bit better because, you know, I think the pedal itself is probably like in the $100 or $200 range, something like that. 200 or 250. So, yeah, and that probably is what it is because it has end of beat. So, inspired by the BE 100 amplifier and the BE OD overdrive pedal. So that's what I'm thinking is a combination of those two kind of things being just a 30 watt power amp and the overdrive pedal kind of built in. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that would make the price cheap.
Yeah. Less expensive.
Less expensive. Thank you. All right. So that is number one. And so now we're on the mini amp kick here or thing. I got to keep switching back to the not that screen, that screen. So I can change out the our news thing. Yeah. Sorry, I have this. So if anybody's seeing me, I'm looking up here in this part, and I have a monitor, like a Samsung, like a TV, basically, as a monitor hanging on the wall. So that's where I have all this news article stuff, and I'm watching the live stream through this other monitor. So there you go. So let me switch out. All right. So next article is from guitar.com. Positive Grid has revealed the Spark Pearl. Yeah. You know my whole thing with this whole Positive Grid Spark thing. Not a big fan, but it's awesome for beginner guitarists and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Not good for you, but
no, and I shouldn't put it down for that because it's not marketed for me, or I mean, maybe it could be if you want one little amp scattered throughout the house that you want to plug into. But I don't like
God, no.
I just don't like the fact that it should have been wireless.
Yeah.
It really should have been wireless, and so I'm surprised it wasn't, but yeah. Anyway, so it's a limited white Tolex edition of the Spark amplifier. So from what I can tell, that's what it looks like. So if you don't like the black Tolex, you can get the white one. It's launched the Spark Pearl, a new limited white Tolex edition of its Spark amp. It sports gold piping for its trim as well as a custom carry strap.
Gold.
So it's still everything that you've heard before is still the same. It's the exact same thing underneath the nice white Tolex stuff. It's basically all you're getting with that is just a different look to it. So so they're just saying it's a beautiful thing to have it in more places of your house where white may be better than black or something.
Like in your kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe I guess they're gonna probably have different colors of this coming out as limited editions or things like that. So anyway, so if you're interested in that, you can go to positivegrid.com and check one out for yourself. And they said they're extremely limited, which doesn't surprise me, as it took forever for them to get the Spark into people's hands too. So, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Wow, why is that? Why do I have Sally Hansen Insta Dry nail polish?
I have no idea. I don't wear nail polish,
as something
so it's
marketed
not like...
to maybe even me or guitar.com.
Maybe some guitarists paint their nails, guys.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just girls.
Well, that's true. I guess they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so if you want your little amp to look good while you're playing your guitar with your fancy nails.
Like a lot of times you see these things and it's like, did I ever Google search nail polish?
No. Did I?
Because sometimes that would make things pop up on there. But
ooh.
No.
Better watch what pops up there.
No kidding. All right. So let me get out of this article. Let's see what. Did I talk about this thing, or were we talking about it separately?
I have no idea.
Remember, I don't remember if we talked about that or not. Hang on.
Not sure.
Going through all my stories here. All right, whatever. We'll do this one. Okay, this is the DSM and Humboldt Simplifier DLX. So it's a 0-watt amp with twin channels. I don't think we talked about this.
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
But. So let's talk about what this is. When it was released in 2019, the Simplifier was built as a 0-watt amp, offering a refreshing new approach to amp and cab sims. The DLX version adds a stereo reverb and lots of signal routing to it. So the company is based in Chile and has built quite a reputation for building quality analog recording solutions. So that's pretty cool. Has 2 discrete preamps, each with 3 amp models and 3 gain modes available. So that's pretty nice. Both channels simulate other parts to the virtual signal chain too, with cab and power amp simulation included for a more realistic amp tone. So other simulation options include adjustable mic placement and cab type. Power amp simulation has controls for presence, resonance, and tube type. That's pretty sweet. The 2 channels can be used in a lot of different ways. While each side can be set up separately, you can also run the unit as a 2-channel amp in parallel or in full stereo, with each preamp assigned to left or right channels. Wow. You can also run them as separate amps fed into 2 guitars at the same time, each with its own dedicated amp channel. That's pretty sweet.
Play with
for
a friend.
Thing. Yeah. So the new DLX version. See, I never knew that there was another version. I don't think we ever covered this or anything. So this is pretty neat. Neat for us to learn something a little bit new. The new DLX version has a more extensive set of connections. There's a stereo TRS input and through output, along with discrete left and right output jacks, stereo effects send and return loop with a TRS jack for the send, 2 mono jacks for the return. Finally, a pair of ground lifted DI-XLR outputs and ground lift connect to your audio interface or mixing desk. Wow. So pretty much anything you could possibly need. The DLX version throws in a reverb with 3 modes: room, ether, and plate. Each channel has its own mix control for the amount of reverb. And they're shipping it with a dedicated 2-button foot switch that lets you toggle each of the 2 channels as well as the reverb on and off. It includes a spread control from the classic simplifier for widening the stereo image and tackling problems with phase. Dude, this is really awesome. So that's what I mean, as I read it, I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. So here's a big close-up of it. You can see there's lots of knobs and switches and it looks very intimidating, but it's hard to see everything in this picture though too. So
does it say how big that thing is? Because those knobs are like really close together.
Yeah, no, it's not real big. I mean, you can see from the input, these are all 1/4-inch inputs or outputs or whatever they are on the side here. So you have 5 of them in a row. And if I'm looking at my quad cortex, there's 4 in a row right here that goes about this wide. So we're adding an extra one plus a little bit of space. So you're looking at probably like that. Width-wise,
so if you
a little
have
bit
meat
longer.
Fingers, you're gonna have a hard time turning all those little
knobs.
You
will. It's gonna be one of those set it up on your pedal board and kind of
go
with it. But because you have all the channels and things like that, you could probably set it for whatever you're needing it for. Whatever set you're doing or whatever song choices you need it for, and just kind of set it up and leave it. For the most part, but. It's pretty sweet looking. So it's 0 watts. It's a 0-watt amp, so it has no power output of its own and cannot drive a speaker, which makes sense. I mean, look at the size of this thing. There's nowhere to put a power amp in that thing. There's plenty of active FR cabs on the market, so that's what they're saying. You could do that. You could plug in an external power amp, pedal type of deal too, and get that going. But it costs $449, which doesn't seem too bad. But there is a video posted, so you guys can check it out on YouTube. I'm not going to play it because it's probably got a song in there, and YouTube will flag us because they suck that way. But yeah, so there it is, and let me just open a new tab, the company site here. And oh, here you go. Gives us some close-ups. Should have done this before. See there, you can see. That's kind of crazy, man. So there's the tube types in there.
Gosh, little toggle switches in between.
Yeah. Wow. So that's your tube. Wow, God, that goes very fast. Lots of videos out there on this thing. There's an Andertons video. So you guys can check out a lot of different videos. This was the original one. Looks like that Andertons did one on that too. But there it is. Oh, and there's little switches on the bottom there too. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I like it.
Pretty busy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So Yeah, there's the XLRs on there. Nice. And then there's the classic. Okay. So we don't have to go through all that. But it's
don't jump in that rabbit hole.
simplifieramp.com. That's what I really wanted to get to. That's the website, simplifier, simplifieramp.com. So there you go. Check one out. That was cool. I'm very impressed. Very neat.
Start saving up your dollars.
Yeah. And like Pete Thorne on the site there, I didn't mention Pete Thorne has a video on there too from the original simplifier. So if you want to check that out, you can. So this looks like the DLX just is adding a ton of more features to what their original concept was. So pretty cool stuff, man. But I never heard the term like 0-watt amplifier. Because really, I guess an amplifier usually has
some
a wattage associated with it. So yeah, so very cool. Okay, so that is that. Next up, we have one of my favorite Swedish guitar players ever is Ola England. Ola. Ola's demoing the Heavy Metal HM-2W, the Wazacraft version of the Heavy Metal HM2 pedal from Boss. So this is pretty cool. So Swedish Chainsaw Tone is here. Swedish death metal in a box. And who would know that better than Ola, really?
There you go.
Yeah. So let's see. This is a prototype version that he's playing. And so there's no word. I'll just get this out now. There's no word on release date, on price, or any of that yet. This is just kind of Boss sending Ola England their production prototype, I'm guessing. And hey, play through this thing and tell us what you think. So
play some death metal.
Yeah. So they announced. So Boss has announced that they were going to be working on this thing, and everybody was kind of going, yeah, oh my gosh. So everybody wants that classic black and orange 80s distortion pedal back again, and the new Waza version made in Japan has a lower noise floor than the originals from the 80s and 90s, has a new custom mode with more gain on tap. So the prototype version has been sent to Ola to try out, and things sound pretty good. So you guys should go to Ola's YouTube channel, Ola England, and check out his video. It's linked here, but I'm not going to go through it. It's a long video. You guys need to take some time, check it out, and just check him out and subscribe to him because he's really awesome. Yeah. And while you're at it too, you might as well subscribe to the Guitars and Gear YouTube channel as well, because it's just awesome too.
Yeah.
Not as awesome as Ola, but
no.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So Ola takes us through all the modes, and it sounds as brutal as the original. He describes it at one point as a stab in the heart heavy gain tone. Both the standard and new custom modes have that chainsaw gain tone in spades. So chainsaw gain, it hasn't appeared on the website yet, so there's no price or anything. However, if you want that tone and don't want to chance buying the original, so the originals you can get, but they're often highly inflated and they're really not in great shape, then the Wazacraft version is what you're looking for. So yeah, so there you go. And like I said, down below, there's a link. I did watch it this morning, so it's a cool video, so I'd suggest you guys check it out. And Ola's videos are always very entertaining, to say the least. So
never dull.
So check him out. It's awesome. Okay. If anybody needs a new pedal. Let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, we can do that, or we can do this. Let's see. Let's go with this article. Okay, so from Gear News, TC Electronic SkySurfer Mini Reverb, compact yet full-sounding digital reverb. So this is pretty cool. It has a spring plate and hall reverb sound in it. Looks very simple, a reverb, tone, and mix. So let's see here. With 3 reverb types to choose from, gives you tone, plenty of space without filling your pedal board. So you can see it next to the mini one next to the original. So if your pedal board needs the extra space, you can get it there. Not sure what you're really safe. Well, I guess you're safe a little bit. Comes with 3 algorithms: spring, which emulates the sound of a reverb tank; plate, based on the classic studio reverbs; and hall, which gives you a nice organic sounding reverb with varying room sizes on offer. The control is super simple. There's a 3-way toggle switch, lets you choose your reverb type, and you can tweak the reverb using the reverb mix and tone controls. The reverb and mix controls let you set the amount of reverb required and how much of it is in your mix, and then the tone control lets you add a little extra sparkle in the top end.
Sparkle.
Yeah. The last should be super useful, as it will help dial those reverbs in so they can sit just how you want them to in the mix. And it's pedal board friendly with top mounted jacks and a true bypass foot switch. It's should be able to fit easier than the last one was. It runs a standard 9-volt DC battery. Requires only 100 milliamps, so that's cool. Overall, new compact form factor, looks well laid out. Yeah, all that good stuff. US price $50.
Wow,
that can't be right.
That's not bad.
Is that right? Let's go to the product page. Check this out. Oh, we can buy it now at Sweetwater. Does not say on their webpage. How dare they not tell us how much it is? So we're going to go to Sweetwater. $49.99. There you go. Pre-order now. And we get some more views here if we do it this way. Input, output, stuff. More stuff. There you go. All right. So not much to show there, but there you go. And it does say true bypass on it if you guys didn't catch that. See, it says it right there. True bypass. There you go. Okay. Yeah, pretty cool stuff there. All right. So that is new from TC Electronic. And next up this is kind of a cool. I'm going to wait for that one for last.
Okay.
Let's go with the next one here. Ernie Ball, Music Man, launches its full 2021 collection. So this is from guitar.com.
Wow.
So I'll just go through the guitars real quick. So they've got new finishes for the Cutlass RS, the Stingray RS, and the Sabre guitars, and the Stingray Special and Stingray Special 5-string, and the Bongo bass guitars. Wow, the dogs are going crazy. Okay, Cutlass RS. Cutlass RS comes in either HSS or SSS configurations, and both cases sporting a modern but non-locking vibrato, a roasted figured maple neck, and an alder body. For 2021, the 2 new finishes are powder blue and vintage tobacco, as you can see in that picture. It's very hard to see a little bit, but
very light blue.
Powder blue, with a rosewood fretboard complementing the former and a maple fretboard for the latter. And you can see that in the picture. Very cool. The Stingray RS. So this is a dual humbucker guitar, now sports new finishes. Get rid of this. Powder blue and burnt amber. So there's that powder blue color again. That almost looks pretty close to the same guitar. A little different. Underneath the same oakum body, the Music Man's modern non-locking tremolo and the roasted figured maple neck. Powder blue comes with a rosewood fretboard, while burnt amber comes in the maple. So pretty much the same thing along those lines. The Sabre looks really cool. I like that color. Looks pretty sweet. Sleek design and figured maple top on top of an oakum body. The striped pattern is accentuated by a new finish for 2021, Gator Burst.
I was going to say it looks like a crocodile or an alligator skin, like its belly.
It comes with black hardware and black pickup covers for the 2 humbuckers. Wow, they spelled that wrong. Black with no K. Next up is the Stingray Special bass. Those look very cool. It's their classic bass guitar. A number of new finishes depending on your pickup configuration and choice. The single humbucker and dual humbucker models now come in amethyst, sparkle, snowy white, smoked chrome, burnt ends, black, raspberry burst, speed blue, and forest green. These new colors are all available in 4 or 5-string models. And then we got the Bongo bass, which that is crazy looking. Get rid of that. Add the 4, 5, or 6-string variants of the Bongo bass all come in the new Harvest Orange finish. So that's pretty nice looking, isn't it? I like the finish. I'm not sure I like the guitar. It's too modern looking for me. Well, I say modern looking.
It's a bongo bass.
Headless guitar.
It's supposed to have.
Yeah.
More of a bongo
The bongo
sound.
look to it.
Yeah. Big top.
Yeah.
Of a bongo.
And so that's it. That's all new stuff coming from. I don't have prices on any of this stuff. It's not really in the article. But let's see if we can get anywhere in this tab here. Oh, that's just another link to guitar. All right. Never mind. So that's what we got there. All right. So that is everything new from Music Man for this year. So I'm sure there'll be prices and all that coming out sooner than later. Oh, I just closed my last article. What the heck, man?
Dogs got you all
what was that from? Do you remember?
No. It was
a
guitar with a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. All right. Let's get this on before I close this again. Okay, so Gibson Les Paul Gold Top signed by music legends at Dylan's 30th anniversary concert is up for auction. So it's possibly the rarest 91 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe Hall of Fame ever. Signed by a bunch of people, and you'll be surprised at some of the names. Maybe not. So it's signed by music legends during the 1992 Bob Dylan 30th anniversary concert celebration, and for the personal collection of Harvey Goldsmith. This one-off guitar has the autographs of Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Johnny Cash, and Willie Nelson, to name a few. It's autographed Gibson Les Paul Gold Top. Auction house Bonhams is selling this one-off guitar, and their experts expect the instrument could fetch between 10,000 and 15,000 pounds when bidding opens on 5 May at 11 a.m. BST is at British Standard Time.
Probably.
Yeah. The guitar is covered in signatures and autographs of Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chrissy Hind, Ronnie Wood, Tom Petty, Johnny Winter, Chris Christopherson, Neil Young, and Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Looks like more than that, though.
It does, but
maybe not. That might have covered it. It isn't often you get to many A-list celebrity autographs on one instrument, and with this rock-solid provenance, which I can imagine will make this particular guest quite attractive to collectors. The guitar is a limited edition 91 Gibson Les Paul Hall of Fame model with an all-around gold finish. Looks pretty sweet.
Very thin. Or is it in a case?
It's in a case.
Okay. I was
yeah,
like,
no, it's not. It's not thin. It's a brick, I'm sure.
Okay.
It's a Les Paul, so they don't come light. So this Les Paul comes from the personal collection of rock promoter Harvey Goldsmith, as he helped organize Dylan's 30th anniversary concert at Madison Square Garden. So below is some excerpt from what he said. Only 6 weeks before the concert was scheduled, Bob Dylan personally called Harvey Goldsmith asking for his help with the project. The promotion company he had been using was out of depth with a project of this scale. Dylan knew Harvey was the right promoter to have on board for such a large and impressive lineup. Although many of the acts have been approached by Dylan and his team to perform, it was only when they knew that Harvey was the promoter that they confirmed they would be available to play, many of whom had worked with Harvey previously. So that's pretty cool.
So we got the right guy.
Yep, got the right guy. Here's the back of the guitar there. So you can see the serial numbers and all that good stuff. And there's the serial number. The concert took place on 16 October 1992, and this Les Paul with that serial number was built on 12 June 1991. Was then autographed by all, and now you could bid and win it. Lot number 158. So there you go. I think it's going to sell for a lot more.
Yeah, but that's like the start.
Right, because a lot of these artists aren't with us anymore.
Yeah.
So that even makes it, I think, a little bit more of a collector's item.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a piece of rock history there. So
yeah,
cool stuff, man.
Your mom didn't know Bob Dylan.
No,
we were doing a crossword the other day.
Yeah,
and the clue was like a Rolling Stone singer.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was like, "Who's that?" Bob Dylan?
Yeah, she had like 3 of the letters, but
wow, I
was like, wow. Okay.
I guess it's
something
not
from her era that I thought that was funny.
That's not really her era, so to speak, though.
No?
Not really. Well, I guess it could have been. She would have been in her, what, 40s?
Yeah, 30s or 40s.
30s or 40s. Yeah, I guess
being a
it could have been.
stewardess.
Yeah.
You would think.
Well, yeah, maybe not. I guess not.
But that was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
So now you can tell her there's a guitar from his 30th anniversary if she
from that era
wants it.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome stuff. Okay. So, all right, Janae, try to do a little better now. Here we go.
And that was the news.
Hey, that was a little bit better.
I sound like a dude.
You sound like you're kind of pissed off when you're saying it. And that was the news.
It's freaking news, man. No.
I'm done. There, I said it. No. So with that, I think that pretty much wraps up.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the dogs are so antsy right now, but they are. So I think that wraps up this edition of the podcast. We're a little short today, but that's okay. Lots to do. I get my COVID vaccine today, at least for my first shot today. So
one down, one to go.
One down, one to go. So this morning I get my first shot. So I'm looking forward to that. And you should all be looking forward to getting yours too. Hopefully you get yours soon. There's plenty out there apparently, and not enough people are getting them. So get out there, schedule your shot, and go get it. That way we can all get back to normal a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Be nice.
Yeah, it would. And let's see. So let's see. Like I said, there'll be more videos coming up on YouTube here within the next week. There hasn't been a whole lot lately, but I'm trying to get back on track, and it's difficult getting back on track when you haven't done it in a little bit. Yeah. So I should have some more videos out there for you guys. A couple of quick ones too, so you don't have to sit through too much, but I'll get some quick videos out there too. 10, 15-minute videos. Yeah. See if I can actually do that. Stop talking long enough. So anyway, you can get a hold of us as usual at guitarsandgear19@gmail.com if you have any comments or have some suggestions for anything we can do differently or do better. Let us know. Also, you can support the channel at guitarsandgear.podbean.com. That is our hosting people for our podcast. So you can go there and definitely help us out there. And we also have a Patreon page out there at patreon.com/guitarsandgear. And you can go ahead and sign up and help support us that way as well. And of course, you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you know when there's new videos coming out. That definitely helps, especially if we can hit that 1,000 subscriber mark and start getting some monetization, and we can get a lot of views out there, get a lot of likes out there, and maybe we can get some actual extra content coming out and all that good stuff too. So we know we're small and we're trying to grow. So if you do like what you hear and you like what you see, let your friends know and pass it around, and hopefully we can get we suck at social media. I'm just gonna say it. So we don't have a social media really exposure really at all. So so we're trying to do this really through word of mouth, and hopefully you guys can help us with that. So there you go.
Be the mouths.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I want to thank everybody very much. And again, next Sunday, if it's Sunday, it's Guitars and Gear Podcast Day. That's bad. I'm sure we're going to get something from, from the Meet the Press people. Hey, you guys got to stop using our tagline. Yeah, we're not going to use the tagline. We'll get in trouble for that too. Get in trouble for everything else. All right, guys. So thanks again, and we will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Guitars and Gear is out.